Okay, here's the thing. For the new Dakota Johnson movie, the trailer has officially come out. Right. It's called Materialists, and it's a love triangle between Dakota Johnson, Chris Evans, and Pedro Pascal. And people are getting angry because Pedro Pascal, who's a gorgeous, amazing, handsome actor, is playing a billionaire. And Chris Evans, who's also a gorgeous, handsome, amazing actor, is playing a broke-ass boy. Or, wait, what was it that Barbara says in Abbott? A broke boy. And then Gregory corrects her and says a broke boy. Here's the thing. People are getting mad about that, but people are not actually paying attention. Because one, the movie is an A24 film. A24 is famous for having its little twisties and its little weird things and its other stuff. B, no one reads the summaries for stuff anymore. You're all just relying on the trailer. You're relying on the trailer to tell you the truth. Have we learned nothing after Blink Twice, which told us we were going to have a fun, great time, and then it turns out that the entire thing is actually about mind-melding drugs ruining your life? No? Okay, well, I read the trailer. I read the summary for the movie because how could I not? I had to. Here's the thing. We're going to discuss a lot of things in this video. A big one is the fact that I love Dakota Johnson and I hate the sexism that happens around her because people go, I hate her acting. She always plays Dakota Johnson. She has a quiet voice, not capable of making it that much louder, but she does bring something different to every single one of her roles. And I'm really sick of people going, she can't act when discussing a woman in a way that they don't when discussing a man. Hate it, because it just shows that people lack nuance. And I also hate when people go, she can't act, when someone else says, I love her as an actor, and they try and tell you that you're wrong because opinions on art are different. But we'll go back to my other point, and my other point is very specifically that the caption or summary for this movie, Materialists, starring Dakota Johnson, Pedro Pascal, and Chris Evans, is a matchmaker's lucrative business is complicated when she falls into a toxic love triangle that threatens her client. So there are multiple options in this scenario on what this could mean. One, since we see a lot of her fighting and not fighting with Chris Evans in the movie, that could be the toxicity there. Two, since the entire trailer is Dakota Johnson telling Pedro Pascal every single reason that she's not good enough for him or that she and him don't work together, we could be considering the fact that there's some trauma behind this. Specifically, especially because when she tells Chris Evans at the beginning of the trailer after they've like bumped into each other and he brings her favorite drinks, which are a Coke and a beer, and we'll get into that, that's important in a second. And like they meet outside and she's smoking and he's loading the catering truck and she's like, I missed you. And he goes, you don't even remember my face. And she like jokingly like kind of like frames it to try and remember. Yeah, that could also be a trauma response of maybe she's forgotten things from her past, or, and maybe they have to do with him, or Pedro Pascal's character will be the toxic one. Because everyone's like, it's 2025, I just want a girl to end up with the billionaire. Dakota Johnson already did that. She already did that and everyone hated it. Okay, I didn't hate it. It's actually one of my favorite franchises of all time. I know that the writing isn't great, but the storytelling, phenomenal. Love it. The one thing that makes me mad about that entire franchise is the fact that Jamie Dornan phoned it in continuously and Dakota Johnson was working her ass off to carry every single fucking scene because Jamie Dornan was phoning it in. Because he was just there for a check, but when a man's just there for a check, everyone respects it. When a woman's just there for a check, sexism! Horrible! Misogyny! Blah! Back to it. Yeah, the year is 2025 and a girl has to choose between a billionaire and a broke bro. But the year is 2025 and all anyone can ever discuss is the concept of eating the rich, down with capitalism. And also the concept of how rich people aren't typically that good. Do I read billionaire romance like it's my job? Yes. Am I currently reading a Cinderella Omegaverse retelling? Yes. Is it the best thing that's ever happened to me and the only thing that's keeping me afloat while I also read Sunrise on the Reaping? Yes. But, why is no one considering the fact that this is an A24 film. A24 is kind of known for its twisty turnies, and it's a love triangle, and the summary goes when she falls into a toxic love triangle that threatens her clients. There are, again, multiple options. One of the options, one of the options here is that maybe it's just that she stops being able to fully believe in love while she's having this love triangle happen. Or she stops being able to fully believe that she can give her clients exactly what they want when she is no longer sure of what she wants. But there's also the potential that this is a 1990s style, not rom-com. They're making us think it's a rom-com, but that Woody Harrelson, Demi Moore film where they are a married couple and they're super happy together, and then a billionaire goes, hey, I want to spend one night with you and I'll pay you $1 million. Can't remember the name of the film for the life of me, okay? Can't remember it. Can you remember the name of the other guy, the guy who wants to pay the $1 million? It's Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. I'm gonna look it up because I have my computer right here. Butch Cassidy. Okay, so it's Robert Redford. Robert Redford is, I don't know, that's gonna bother me forever. But you know what the entire concept of that movie is? It's that it's not fully dark, but you do have to choose between love and money. And that will always be true, and that will always be important, but it also doesn't fully mean in this scenario that Dakota Johnson's character is going to choose the lack of money instead of the love. Because her character, while obviously having a deep love for Chris Evans' character and her past with Chris Evans, they are fighting in a lot of the scenes that we see them in. Specifically, there's a scene where they were clearly in a car and she's gotten out of his car and is walking through traffic while he yells after her. Not healthy, not cool, not romantic, which means that one of these guys is potentially going to be dark, or the darkness is going to be in her past. Now, I brought up the beer and the Coke before because I think that's a good symbol that Dakota Johnson's character used to be poor. A lot of the symbols, specifically her even knowing Chris Evans' character in general, and he works in catering, show that this character could have been very poor or just come not from money in the past, and she's trying to work her way into the upper echelons of society, but she doesn't fully know how. And she's gotten very good at wearing this mask, but she only knows how to wear this mask and how to matchmake for people when she doesn't have to deal with it. She believes in love for others, not in love for herself. I'm getting all of this from a 2.5-minute trailer. Okay, but I stand by it because the storytelling elements remain pretty similar for a lot of films, and this film was directed and written by Celine Song, who also wrote and directed the movie Past Lives. While I have not seen Past Lives, I do know that while it is technically a romantic comedy, or at least a romance, it is a movie about people who are kind of overcoming their past relationship to move forward. So I think it's going to be a much deeper film than people are willing to acknowledge from one trailer, specifically, especially because people are just going, I will never watch a movie if Dakota Johnson's in it, which is just so fucking annoying. It's so fucking annoying. Yes, she's one of the top tier, highest Nepo babies to ever Nepo baby, okay? Her grandma, Tippi Hedren. Her mom, Melanie Griffith. Her dad, Don Johnson. Her ex-stepdad, who's basically still her stepdad because you don't divorce kids, Antonio Banderas. This girl Nepo babied so hard. But the point still remains that she does work on her craft and continue going for it, and I personally feel that she's very good at it, and also get really sick of it when people try to tell me that she's not good at it because their opinions on how acting should be differ from mine. But I don't think this is going to be as much of a rom-com as a study in humanity and love, and how love for yourself affects your ability to love others. That being said, I cannot wait until this movie comes out. I'm literally so excited. This is going to be the best thing that ever happened to me. I'm going to watch it 17 times unless something absolutely terrible happened, because I've been betrayed a lot recently in film. I watched Your Monster and I was so fucking excited. I was like, the entire way through, it was the best movie ever. And then the ending ruined everything for me. So what I was literally planning on watching 5 minutes later, once the movie ended, the last 5 minutes of the movie ruined everything. And I will never watch that movie again, no matter what. I'm so big mad. I'm so big mad. It's been a month. It's been maybe 2 months. It's been a really fucking long time and I'm still so angry. Anyways, everyone should go watch the trailer for Materialists and tell me that I'm right. Oh. Did I mention the beer and the Coke thing? Because yeah, it's a big deal that Chris Evans comes up to her and knows that she takes a beer and a Coke. But she tells Pedro Pascal when he's like, let me get you a drink. And she's clearly unimpressed by this guy unless like she can put him in her business and he just wants her. So she goes, I want a beer and I want a Coke, and Chris Evans comes in and he gives it to her, which shows that he knows her of old, but it also symbolizes these are two drinks that are not like upper wealth drinks. She's not ordering, I don't know, a fucking sidecar or an old-fashioned or something like that. She's asking for the two simplest things that you can get at any dive bar no matter what, a beer and a Coke. And it shows, and I think it's going to show, how possibly Pedro Pascal helps her to grow her business by the end of the film, if I'm thinking correctly, which I think I am. And also, if she doesn't get Pedro Pascal in the end, it will not be the end of the world. There's a very big chance she might not end up with either of them because she might end up with someone completely different. We'll see. The billionaire in a movie like this is not always going to be the right choice. If this were a full-on rom-com, yes, billionaire, absolutely. But this is not a full-on rom-com. What I think this is actually a movie about the concept of a woman's learning to love herself and put herself first, which is my favorite kind of movie. Literally all my favorite movies, except for like the top 2 favorite movies, which are The Princess Bride and Stuck in Love, but all my other favorite movies are literally just woman wants one thing for herself. The perfect example of it is Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris or Miss Pettigrew Lives for a Day. These movies feed my soul. So that's, I'm hoping, and I might be projecting a little, how much I want the movie to be that. You get it? You get it? You understand me? Okay, I'm gonna go watch an episode of Modern Family and film myself watching an episode of Modern Family now. Thank you, love you, bye! Go have a good day. It's nighttime and I'm posting this now, but go have a good night's sleep. Well, have sweet dreams. Okay, bye.